What's up, guys? My name's TheSimYin. My name is Yin. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? In other simulation games, of course. Anyway, guys, I decided to do a front face cam. As you guys know, I usually do voiceover. Now, as of course, the title, you guys already know what this video is about, and it's Will The Sims 4 ever become more diverse? Now, with a game that simulates life, it's very important that they have enough diversity and variety with everyone to include everyone, because at the end of the day, it is a simulation game, and you want to simulate life as much as possible. Now, I do get it. At the end of the day, it is a game, but if you're trying to simulate life, you should include everyone, and we're going to get down into the nitty-gritty and exactly what I mean. Now, this video might be all over the place, so just be aware. But the first thing I do want to get into is vitiligo, skin tones. Now, the Sims 4 community for years have been talking about skin tones, and we were like, we're not getting enough of them. It's ridiculous. A lot of people were calling it whitewash, and they were only catering to, you know, lighter skin tones, and there was no dark skin tone aspects of it which we could use, and a lot of people were really mad about that. So it took a lot of CC creators and modders to actually develop these skin tones for people to use. You know, we had to literally yell Black Lives Matter for them to actually give us skin tones, and that's something that just didn't sit okay with me. Now, the reason I'm mentioning vitiligo is because that was the very perfect moment for them to do that, but they didn't, and I'm still kind of wondering why that hasn't even been, like, you know, an update, you know, the delivery express. Vitiligo is something that is very known. For those who don't know, it's a condition that revolves around pigmentation in the skin. My little sister actually has it. It's just a little bit ridiculous to me that it did take a lot of CC creators and modders to actually come up with this, and, you know, on their own. As usual with other things, they always end up doing that, and it's just like something as small as vitiligo should be included in the game. That is something that has to do with skin tones, and I feel like that was the perfect addition to actually just add more wrinkles for elders and just everything in general. Just go ahead and get everything. Like, I just don't understand. And with all these things that I am listing, I'm just surprised that none of these have not been put into the game as early on as when they first, like, the 2 years that they have dropped this, because it's been 8 years in the game and none of these that I'm about to list are still in it. Now, we do know that during Black History Month they gave us bonnets, and they collabed with the CC creator Complex Sims, which I am absolutely grateful for, because at the end of the day, that's something that we needed. Bonnets is something that we needed. Okay, we were like so excited about this as the Black community, but I also like a little bit annoyed at the fact that it took this long, and it took for a holiday for them to represent us. You know what I'm saying? It always takes like a holiday or something big for them to be like, okay, look, we hear you, Black people, we're gonna give you guys what you want. And it's like, no, that's not how it is, and it's actually pretty disgusting, to be honest. And even for Juneteenth, we're getting, you know, fish and ribs, and although it's like, okay, cool, Black culture, like, I get it, that's food that we want, I just feel like they're missing the whole point of Juneteenth. And maybe I would have appreciated it a little bit more if they told the backstory about Juneteenth, rather than just saying, here's some fish and ribs and here's a Power to the Max, you know, t-shirt. Where and honestly, don't get me wrong, I do like the t-shirt. I do. That's something I would actually wear to a Juneteenth event. But my thing is, I feel like it would have been more important to actually shed light on it and maybe put something on the website explaining what Juneteenth actually is, because I feel like a lot of people that are not in the Black community have no idea what that is. But at the end of the day, do your research, because I just feel like they just dropped this and with no explanation for other communities that have no idea what this is. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, the next thing I do want to get into is heights. Now, a lot of people have been commenting for years, why don't we have different heights? Now, we do know that young adults and adults are very similar in size, and honestly, nothing really changes, which is why a lot of people are expecting with the expansion pack leak of the high schoolers that's supposed to be dropping next month, like, will we get different heights, or will we get different aspects that separates, you know, young adults from teens? And although I want to have my hopes up high, I don't, as usual, because the Sims 4 community is always let down. But anyway, guys, I do want to explain that the heights are something that's really, you know, something that's missing from the game. I do think that creates diversity, because not everyone is the same exact size. Now, I do get that there's different things, like, well, you know, they were like, okay, if we do this, it's gonna be completely different animation styles and also the jazz. And it's like, okay, well, you guys should have thought about that when you first dropped the game. You know, maybe the creators and the game designers and the, you know, and all the, you know, sim gurus should have thought about that before the game was dropped. Now, I do know there was a team behind this, so there's just no, I don't know. You guys can't honestly tell me that there is no, I don't know. I just don't. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but you guys know how I feel about that. And if you guys have not already watched that video, please, it's going to be linked down below. I need you guys to watch that, because if we keep giving them the benefit of the doubt, this is what's going to continue. Now, heights does have a lot to do with diversity, because not everyone is the same height, and I just want more change. I want more differences. I just want something that's going to be a little bit more, okay, these are teens, these are adults, these are elders, these are, you know what I mean? Because sometimes even in age, the older you get, the elders should be a little bit shorter, because again, they're elders. A lot of the times when we meet our grandparents, grandparents and our grandparents, they're a lot shorter than us, or people in general that are older, you know, over time, if they're elders, they become, you know, they become smaller. So I think that's something to look at, you know. But again, it's a game, I get it, but it's just like these are little details that would literally change the game for the better, especially for all the backlash that the Sims 4 community has been getting recently. Another thing I want to get into is disabilities. Now we all have been asking for disabilities for a while, and the reason why I did want to show my face on this very specifically is because I want to say that I am hard of hearing, and I do wear hearing aids in both sides of my ear, and I do want to take this out to show you guys. This is my hearing aid, okay? So I am deaf in my right ear, and this helps me hear, okay? And although I'm like, okay, I get it, it's a game, this is something that would be so cool to add to the game. Now, if you guys don't know the name of English Simmer, she goes into depth about a really, really awesome video on disabilities and mods and CC creators that have made, you know, hearing aids, things like, you know, hearing aids, knee braces, amputee, wheelchairs, you know, cast, like if you're breaking your arm, for those who are, these are all things that are included like in this video, and I'm gonna link this down below because shout out to English Simmer for literally going through every single one of these. And actually, I might actually do a video myself on this because I was blown away watching this video. It's amazing, and I feel like it's something that needs to be, you know, catered to. Now, when I found out that you can actually put hearing aids in the game, guys, I wear hearing aids, so I actually thought that that was really, really cool that they actually had that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I looked this up for literally to do this video, and I thought that was something that literally resonated to me, to where I'm like, that is so cool. And it's just like, it's little things like that that literally mean a lot to me, because as a hard of hearing person, I do think that's amazing that they have this game, that they have this able to play the game for. And I feel like, you see what I'm saying? That's just something that's just meaningful to me. And imagine all the other people that are hard of hearing or deaf out there in the community that do want something like this. And this is what I mean by representation. Things like this. Disability is like across everyone, you know. And then honestly, it's just more of like empathy. When you play, you know, when you make yourself on a sim and you do have a disability, whether it's like, you know, you're missing a leg or an arm, or, you know, maybe you're blind in one eye. These things, when you're not able to create yourself, sometimes it's just like kind of like, damn, that kind of sucks. I mean, obviously, you know, it's a game and I'm just making me, but it's just like, also you can get so in detail with it. It's just like, you're able to enjoy it just like the rest of everyone else. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people, even if you don't have a disability, or even if you don't know anyone with disabilities, it's just something to think about, as far as like, let's be advocates for people that do have that, because that's not fair. You know what I mean? And obviously you guys are like, it's a privilege to be able to play yourselves in a game and be like, oh, okay, what's wrong with it? You know, a lot of the white simmers didn't say anything much until the Black Lives Matter movement, and until they realized, oh my gosh, we have to say something because we're gonna get slandered. Not calling any EA game changers out, I'm just saying a lot of them didn't say anything until we were like, no, this has to stop. And they were like, oh snap, you're right, let's talk about it, let's do something about it. And I'm not gonna call anybody's names because I don't want the drama on YouTube, but you guys know who I'm talking about, and you guys know what I'm saying. You know, it's just not right, and I feel like we need to speak up with certain issues, and it shouldn't take a whole movement for them to be like, oh shit, we gotta take this seriously because this is not right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like, stop the cat. She also went in the video, as you go more towards the end, that they have service dogs. Something as simple as service dogs. Now, of course, it's not complete service dog, and maybe they do have mods for it, but at the end of the day, they do have like clothes where you can put on top of it, and where it has like the harness and everything like that. And I think that's awesome. That's something that's really small in the game that people would actually love to see. It's something as simple as that, and they just didn't do it. And I think this will be a great like pack refresh for like, you know, cats and dogs, or maybe a Sims Delivery Express. Like, hey, here's a harness that says, you know, service dog on it, that represents you, service dog, and maybe you get discounts on like food when you go to the grocery store, or like at the farmer's market in, you know, the cottage world. You know what I'm saying? Like Hipford on Bagley. It's just like little things like that where I'm just like, why is this not in the game? There's just like little things here and there, and like there's things for elders such as like walkers, and I also feel like that was definitely should have been included in Nifty Knitting. Now, we all know that Nifty Knitting was, you know, supposed to cater to elders, and I feel like it did absolutely nothing. It gave us knitting, you know, and it's like, and as much as I want to be like, you know, oh my gosh, let's amp it up, but it's like, no, it literally did nothing. They did give us like, you know, the whole store where you can sell things online, which is pretty cool. And then of course, you know, mods came in, you know, modders came in and made it a little bit better. But I do feel like Nifty Knitting has so much potential as far as what you could do with elder, express certain things, like maybe, you know, things for like the bathtub where you can sit down in the bathtub, you know, for the elders, and like help them take their showers, or like, you know, just like little things like that, or even with the stairs. And I do understand that all of these things have to do with more animation and a lot of bugs and patch updates that are probably going to be, you know, with this, because let's be real, like The Sims 4 can never just do things right on the first try. So I know that these are all going to be requiring like different animations, and it's going to take some time, but I feel like it's been 8 years. Where is it? So like my thing with this whole video is, will we ever get more diversity? It's really important. Go ahead and comment down below what you guys think about this topic, because I really do feel like there should be more, and I'm just over it. And I do want to add, guys, at the end of the day, I'm not bashing The Sims 4, okay? It's very much constructive criticism, and I do feel like the more we give them the benefit of the doubt, or like, oh, hey, we have this, or at least we have that, well, at least we have this, oh my gosh, you're asking for too much. Now, a lot of people who say that are very, very privileged, and a lot of the stuff that they already, you know, have or are is already in the game. Or like coming towards certain EA game changers, like, you know, what's the big deal? You see what I'm saying? Or like now, like that I'm saying, I think that there should be more disability into the game. This is the kind of things that we want to see as far as like, you know, even mental health. Like there's like mental health month where they like, you know, are focused around that. I think it'd be cool to have a therapist career, or to start saying, hey, my Sims are going to therapy. These are little things I mean when I say diversity. I am not just talking about, you know, culture. I'm talking about just in general across the board, for everyone to be able to experience something different that is just not already in the game itself. And I just feel like these are topics that need to be talked about. Let me know down below, because I know I am missing so many more, but you know, like when you have like your head wrapped up in like something specific, and then all of a sudden someone asks you a question, and then all of a sudden everything goes blank. That's pretty much how this video has gone to. But at the end of the day, these are some things that I did want to talk about. And guys, go ahead and let me know down below in the comments, what do you guys want to see more of? And do you guys think that will The Sims ever become more diverse, or do you guys think that they're going to be sugarcoating and it's going to be a lot longer, or do you guys think that they're just waiting on The Sims 5? Do you think The Sims 5 is going to have all the stuff included? Or I don't know, guys. I really don't want to put my faith in hard-earned trust in The Sims, because every time I do that, it's just been like, ugh, I don't know. Creators, although I'm very grateful for CC and mod creators, you guys have to understand that not everybody has the privilege of having a Mac or laptop, and just being able to download these in general. A lot of people are, you know, console players. And again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.